Before we jump into the details, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell, so you never miss an update on the latest crime cases we unravel together. Cardiff is the capital and largest city of Wales. The city is the 11th largest in the United Kingdom. Cardiff unfolds a mesmerizing blend of historical charm, cultural richness, and modern dynamism. However, amid the picturesque landscapes and cultural gems, Cardiff also harbors stories that delve into the complexities of human nature. It serves as a reminder that even in the most charming locales, the shadows of darker tales can cast their presence. A woman was strangled and her body dismembered after having sex with a stranger she met on a night out. Tracy Elizabeth Woodford, born on February 13, 1968, spent her childhood in the village of Rhydyfelin, located just outside Pontypridd. During this time, she resided with her mother and brother. Described as slim and petite, standing at 5 feet tall, with shoulder-length gingery blonde hair, Tracy led a relatively quiet life. Being single and unemployed, Tracy's routine primarily involved tasks such as collecting money at the post office, handling shopping for her family, and occasionally visiting local pubs. Her social interactions were limited, and she didn't venture out much beyond these activities. Little did Tracy's family know when their kind and caring daughter and sister made her way through the front door, it would be the last time they would see her alive. Tracy Woodford had been drinking at several pubs in Pontypridd, South Wales before she met May. She was described as being intoxicated. The woman without employment shared a Coke with 3 men, among them Christopher May. Bar staff characterized him as merry, after consuming approximately 8 pints each. It was around 7:45 p.m. when Tracy went to the Skinny Dog. She was refused service by barmaid Rebecca Williams, but she was given a Diet Coke. It was then that a seemingly friendly group of 3 men invited her to join them. One of these men was Christopher May. People in the pub that night described Tracy and May as flirting with each other. At one point, May was heard saying, "If I buy you a few drinks, maybe you'll come home with me tonight." Tracy was heard to respond that she was not that kind of girl, before May responded that he was just joking. At one point Tracy said she was cold and the defendant gave her his coat. When they left at 11:20 she was still wearing the defendant's coat. This was the last time any saw her alive apart from May. Christopher Nigel May, a 50-year-old professional butcher, resides in an apartment merely 500 meters from the Skinny Dog pub, where he crossed paths with Tracy Woodford. Known as a bit of a joker and a nice bloke by his friends, Christopher frequented his usual spot at the Skinny Dog. After an evening of banter and conversation, Tracy agreed to go back to 50-year-old May's flat on the outskirts of town to continue drinking. But what took place that night in Andrews Court is among the most disturbing, brutal murders Wales has ever known. It left the town stunned. 3 hours later, at around 2:20 a.m., neighbors Michael and Gail Ellie, who lived below May, said they heard a loud thud which woke him up, but they thought May had fallen over while drunk. The next day, May was seen by another neighbor, Cheryl Davies, carrying a fence post to his sister's house and described him as looking knackered. The day after that, May arrived at work at the Grill Steakhouse, where he was employed as a pot washer, with scratches on his face. Meanwhile, Tracy's family were worried and wondering where she was. The day after she'd walked through that front door for the final time, her sister, Sharon, saw their mother, Linda, out shopping and was asked if Tracy had stayed with her the night before. Sharon said she had not. On Friday, April 24th, Sergeant Stuart Williams and Constable Craig Gardiner knocked on the door of May's flat. After initially refusing to allow the officers in and asking if they could come back another day, he relented. May was cagey and appeared to be in the process of cleaning. He told the officers he and Tracy had left the pub together and he thought he had got lucky, but she had told him to p***. The officers asked May if they could look round his flat, which he allowed. Sergeant Williams and PC Gardiner were about to make the discovery that will haunt them for the rest of their lives.
Friday the 24th of April this year, from the BCU in Pontypridd that tragically a missing person had been found, but tragically she'd been found dismembered within an address in Pontypridd.
Christopher May's bathroom, where Tracy Woodford's dismembered arms and legs were found behind a shower curtain. When they looked in May's shower, they discovered the arms and legs which had been hidden behind the curtain. When asked by one of the officers where the rest of the body was, May casually replied, "Some of her is in the cupboard and in the drain at Pontypridd IFC." They found a number of tools including a handsaw, kitchen knife, Stanley knife, a pair of scissors, and secateurs. A duvet was wrapped around carrier bags containing blood-stained clothes, and a black Adidas rucksack was found containing the upper torso of a woman. A black handbag contained the top of a thumb and 4 fingers which matched with the right arm found in the shower. A post-mortem examination was carried out on the remains of Tracy's body, which gave the cause of her death as cardiac arrest caused by pressure to the neck. Semen was also found on Tracy's body with a DNA profile which matched that of May's. Whether sexual intercourse had occurred prior to or after death was unknown. Her head was discovered in an underground chamber of a storm drain at the Sardis Road rugby ground, home to Pontypridd IFC. May pleaded not guilty to the murder of Miss Woodford, who was found by a police officer in April. He admits that his actions were responsible for her death, but he disputes that his conduct amounts to murder. He says he was acting in self-defense, or that it was an accident, or that he lost his self-control. November 19, 2015. May was found guilty of Tracy Woodford's murder. The defendant's account that he had murdered Tracy in a fit of rage after catching her looking at his wallet was rejected. The suggestion that it was sexually motivated was accepted. He was jailed for life and told he would serve a minimum of 28 years in jail. If he is ever released, he will spend the rest of his life on license.